My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We start this episode just set at the corner, or the mouth of one of our rivers here. Looking out towards Bridgwater there in the distance, we see one of our mainline trains making its way down the newly upgraded track. I did say off camera that I would upgrade the track to the high speed variant of the track that we've unlocked, and I've done just that, but I've only done it for our passenger lines. I don't see the point in upgrading the freight lines at this point. Perhaps further down the line they could warrant some high speed track, but for now I think standard speeds, as long as it's electrified, is more than good enough for them. So let's bring the UI up so we can see the state of affairs. We're in 1926, almost about to tick into 1927, and we have just under 300 million in the bank, so things looking very healthy in terms of our finances. So let's go ahead and decide what we're doing today. Oh, before I do that, I did make one slight tweak to the network off camera while I was upgrading my tracks, and that is here at the station at Bridgwater. I've added 2 extra platforms, as you can see here and here. This was just a 2-track station, 2-platform station, that's what I want to say, originally, so I've gone ahead and doubled it. And if we bring up the line manager so we can see our lines on the map, as you can see now, I've separated the 2 services. The main line now runs on the left hand side, and the northern main line runs on the right. And they also just pass through, well, they don't pass through, sorry, they pass through on one side and return on the other, so there's no waiting on the active line, where the other trains might be running, for trains to turn about in the station, if that makes sense, just like we did at Gillingham. So we'll see what that does for us. Now, while I was making all these tweaks and just having a look at things and checking state of affairs generally, what I did notice is is it the Coventry 2? Oh, we'll pick up in a second. We have the AE47, Russian class SU, a few Great Westerns and some Great Western coaches. We can have a look at those. Perhaps they could be used somewhere in our network. But going back to what I was just about to say, yes, I've noticed that our express trains, that's not one of them, this is one of them. The express service is a money sink, and it has been that way for, well, it looks like since we electrified it, I think, with the looks of it. So, in turn, I mean, are they even taking many passengers anymore? I don't think they are. If we just get the line overview, 110 of 171, I think we could do with just getting rid of those trains. They're not making us any money. Or, perhaps, no, let's not get rid of them. Let's revert them back to a steam engine. Because I think the electric train is just costing too much money to run on this service. And there's no point losing money where we can avoid it. Ooh, could we have the M300s? They carry 20. Let's just have a look at that. Will it look strange having multiple of them together? I don't think it would look too bad. We could do that. That'll only cost us 9 million per vehicle as well. Let's try that. Let's have that on the. Although the style of the locomotive stroke carriage is more of a shuttle than an express. But what the heck? We don't have to. Nobody has to know about that, do they? There we go. There's one of them just passing now. That doesn't look too bad. Yes. So that's our first diesel train, incidentally, as well. How very interesting. Anyway, moving on. What do we want to do today? We need to start getting some of this cargo to some of the other cities. If we just do a quick stop and check, Morley has bread and bricks. That's sorted. Stoke has goods and machinery, I believe. Yes, so Stoke is okay. Well, I say they're sorted or okay, or they're doing okay. The rates might need changing. We might need to tweak the throughputs, but in terms of actually getting something there, they are covered. Bridgwater has nothing. Ripley has nothing. Coventry has both, we know that. Bridport has both, that's okay. Boston has nothing. Stockton has bricks, but not tools. Gillingham has fuel. Petersfield has bricks and tools now that we got the line set up. It may not have made a delivery yet, but it is active. Derby has both food and bricks. Macclesfield has both fuel and food. Ulverston has tools, does it have bricks as well? Did we set up a brick delivery line here? We just click on what we can see. No, we didn't. So perhaps we could do a brick delivery run for Ulverston. That'd be relatively straightforward to do. Oh no, we do have a... Oh, we have bricks to to Derby, sorry. We don't have them to Ulverston. But like I said, that would be something that's fairly simple to do. So let's do that, because we have a ship delivering bricks. Clearly, otherwise these wouldn't be having bricks here. So let's just quickly set up a new line. Just get rid of that. New line from... technically Haywood Farms. I do keep meaning to change the name of that line because their Haywood Farms isn't quite accurate. And then we want to head it out to Ulverston, but we're going to have to possibly or potentially put a new unload point. And yes, we are, because the one that's there at the moment isn't quite... The one we have at the moment wouldn't quite do the job we need it to do, so we'll add a new one in just for the bricks and then finish off that road so he's got a way to loop through. Go back to the line manager and then we can add that station. And you only want to take bricks, and that's all your unloading as well. Wait until full. I'm not that fussed, if I'm honest about that. So let's just quickly name this up. This is bricks delivery from Haywood to Derby. No, it's not. Haywood to Ulverston. There we go. And then we can get some... We'll use this road depot. Why not? It doesn't matter how long it takes them to get there. The ships take a while to make port anyway, so that's no problem. We'll use the Ben's side stakes, and we'll just have 5. It doesn't need a great deal, if I'm honest. It's just to get something being delivered into Ulverston in terms of bricks. There we go. While it's in my mind, it's probably worth changing the name of this to Haywood Cargo Harbour Cargo. We'll call it Cargo Exchange. It makes sense. We know what it is. So that's that sorted. Macclesfield, you're sorted as well. So in fact, now all 3 towns over here do have the goods that they require. Quintrell Downs and Weybridge both have nothing. Haywood has nothing. As I said, Petersfield has both, but the tools probably haven't arrived yet. Let's just check on that. Where is the train? He is still waiting for a full load. He has some. About halfway there, so that's okay. So may as well do it logically and start from the bottom and work upwards, I suppose, which would be Bridgwater. So we need to get both goods and fuel into Bridgwater. We have a goods line or a freight line here. This section is passenger, so I don't want to use this one if I can avoid it. But we have this little bit here, which is freight only. I think what I'm going to do, I just had a little think about it there, is from this point here, again, we don't need high-speed track for this, but we will electrify it. If we just quickly just get rid of those 2 signals, they're not really critical. We don't have a lot of traffic down here. But yeah, if we come off this way, make sure we get a decent enough looking junction, which that looks okay. That's not too bad at all. And then double track it for obvious reasons. That's not the best. Oh no, it's really not the best. No, let's redo that. Let's try and get it a little bit more pleasing than it was there. Perhaps if we go this way first, maybe if we just drop it down just a touch. How does that look? That's using Z and X just to raise and lower it just a touch. That's okay, and that footing isn't too bad either. Anyway, carry on. Yep, so we take him from there and there. And what we'll do is we'll run up towards Bridgwater, but we'll follow the river. And then in this area somewhere, we can put a cargo station and have a truck station as well to oversee the final delivery stage into Bridgwater. And that would also leave up the possibility of having a ship drop off fuel in this area as well, although I am concerned, or I'm mindful I should say, not concerned, about how many ships we have in the river at the moment. Don't want to over swamp it or overdo it. But for now, we don't need to. We'll focus on that later. We need to get this train line sorted and get the cargo station put in. So let's press on with that. I'm just going to follow the river down here. Nothing too drastic or too major. These roads could do with upgrading. Again, perhaps that's something to do off camera at some point in the future. There we go. It's made that little hump there, but when I upgrade the roads, I can address that at the same time, so that's okay. Bring him down here. We are going to need to have a bridge over the passenger line just there, so that's something to keep in mind. We will have to start increasing our elevation pretty soon, like that. I think that should give us enough of a jump to get over that passenger line. It should be okay, that, I think. We shall see. You can go flat now. And we want the iron bridge, which is right down at the bottom. It's going to be a bit of an extended bridge, but cost of the road there as well. We have no option or no alternative other than to accept it, but it's going to be okay. Doesn't look too bad, and that bridge foot is in a decent enough place. You could live with it anyway. And now we want to, well, first let's put our station down just so we know exactly where we're going. This is a cargo station. We'll have it for, we don't need high speed. We'll have it long, and we'll have it somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't really matter. Or do I want it? No, delete that. Get rid of that. And instead we'll go closer to the river. Because I'm also thinking if we have a harbour down here, we can have it all interconnected. But we do want it this way around. Yes. Perhaps like there will be okay. That works for me. Bridgwater transferred. You know what? That's not bad, but I'll make a slight tweak to that and put cargo transfer. Because we will be transferring from the rail to the road at the very least. And we may even have some ship-to-land transfer action as well. Now, can you connect in there? And how do you look if you do? Not too shabby. Could you just maybe be an embankment? Yes, I can do a bit of terrain modification afterwards just to take out the slightly ridiculous nature of that embankment and the steep sides. That's easily done. We're connected in there. Let's just run out here as well. And then connect into the line. Where are you? Say about there. Should be good. Do you give us a nice... Oh god, no. So we'll do the old trick. In fact, take it even further back. From here. Nope. That's the one I want. 50 miles an hour. Get that speed up there if we can. Which we can. And we have. There we go. Yes, that's fine. And now you can head straight down into the platform. Like that. That'll do just nicely. As I said, we'll just take the edge off of this embankment here. It looked a little bit too abrupt and a bit bizarre, so if we just use the smoothing tool, run along the edge nice and gently and slowly, perhaps using that brush is better here, it'll just take the edge off of it. There we go. Makes it look more like a natural land feature. The hill, I mean, not the train line. Obviously, the train line's not natural. Yeah, but it makes the hill or the embankment look a little bit more natural, and the train line just followed the existing landscape. That's better. It's a bit of a drop off on this side, but that's okay. It is running down to a water's edge. What do we need? Signals. Signals. Where did we start from? Back here, wasn't it? Yes. All the way back here. So we want a signal just there to control traffic onto the junction. We have a signal there which we can use for clearing. We'll do the same here. Have a fairly short signal for clearing purposes. That's okay. And then we just want the normal blocks dropped in using the electric signals now that they are available to us. At some point, and this would be a very tedious job, and this is no doubt this is going to be done off camera, I'll go ahead at some point when I've got a spare hour or 2 or 3, gonna take a while, I will upgrade all the semaphore signals to these new electric signals, or the light signals, whatever the correct term name is. But yeah, I'll get them all upgraded so we've got nice modern signals throughout the network. There we go. Another block just on the bridge. That's fine. Just off the bridge. And then we'll need one protecting this junction here, right there. One for clearing purposes, and then we want some that protect the junction this way. Perhaps two that clear just there. And then we'll go for one there and one there. And then we need to do a diamond, which I completely forgot to put in, so we'll put a diamond in. May as well make it fast, although we are going to have to slow down for that 50 mile per hour junction just behind us, so it's largely irrelevant. There we go. Do we want a clearing signal for those? No, they'll be fine with those signals up there. And then what we'll do, just to push them off platform a little, we'll put some signals there and there as well. Like so, but they are multi-directional, so they're not forcing them the one way. And then that is, I believe, that. However, that's only half of the work done, because we also need a truck station as well. Let's just go ahead and extend these platforms. The reason being, the trains are going to be dropping off, you know, at least 100 units of the cargo. So they need a lot of space to put it while the trucks go in and make their delivery. So we've done that. We'll get a second street access there, so we can have a loop through the station. And we want country roads. We'll have medium country roads. They don't have to be electrified or have a bus line. Not going to have any buses running out here, so that's okay. Now, where do we want to go to get into Bridgwater? Perhaps if we run... I'm just thinking... Oh, we could run into this bit down here. Let's just quickly upgrade that road. May as well do that bit there while I can see it. And also, I'm going to upgrade this signal. There we go. So we've got the barriers now. Signal, crossing, level crossing. It's not a signal. Anyway, yeah. Where do I want to drop this road into so they've got access into Bridgwater? Well, first of all, where are the tools going to be? Sorry, the goods. They're dropped off at this section. So basically, we could have the road coming up this way. And then, yeah, like that. So let's, while we've got the option open to us, let's put a unload point in for the goods, which is that one there. And then we can get the road, and we'll use this road here. We'll come down and connect it in to our truck station down by the train line down there. That's quite steep, but that's okay. Some roads are quite steep. Doesn't look overly bad. May as well upgrade those just while we're in the vicinity. Right. So, I'm not going to upgrade the whole lot now, just as much as I quickly can. Like, that'll do. Yeah, I'll ignore that bit. I'll do that off camera, like I said, I don't want to get too carried away with it all, doing it all now. So anyway, yeah, we come down here, and they can come down here, and I say we have a junction here, like so. And then we want this to start rising upwards, because I'd like it to bridge over the train line rather than have a level crossing. Like that. And then I think if we go straight from there, that should give us a bridge. Or it'll force a bridge when we try and cross the train line, which it does perfectly. It's not at all straight. That's straight enough. Let's get the iron bridge. Looks perfect to me. Yes, happy with that. Take that all day long. And then you want to head down. You can head down quite aggressively, it's no problem. And then just make your way around. Stop heading down, please. You're not going underground. Here we go. I want to get a nicer radius on. Like, there we go. That's lovely. And that road just goes to absolutely nowhere. It might be needed later, but for now we'll just leave it. So Let's set up the delivery line first of all. So this is from here to here. Fully loaded, yes, why not? And you're taking goods. And we need a goods colour, which is perhaps that one. That'll do. No, maybe a bit darker than that. Oh, maybe that one. Yeah, that one. That's a sort of cardboard colour, isn't it? Get it named up properly. Good delivery into Bridgwater. There we go. That needs to be changed. It's not Bridgwater sidings. Well, what do we call it? Cargo transfer. I think it was. I did just have it open. I should have made a note of it. Yes. So that's the road aspect taken care of. Let's get some vehicles from this depot here. Use the Benz because they're the better trucks, I think, still for the time being. 5 will be enough for now. There we go. Get them on the line. They're not going to do much for the time being because I haven't got the train line set up, but at least now when we do the train line, it will prompt and trigger the delivery from here. However, we're going to need another platform for this, so there's no sharing of lines and platforms and tracks and trains waiting for one another. So we'll go ahead and add a second in like this. We're also going to need another one in the near future for getting goods to the other cities that require them. So we'll get that ready now, and it's ready to go. May have to rework how the line comes into this station in the near future, but that's no problem. We can do that without too many dramas, I think. There we go. So this line, we've got tracks. Doesn't matter about high speed as before. Now we're going to start getting quite a few trains running down here. So what I'm going to do is, rather than join this delivery line in straight away, I'm going to let them have a nice run off. And perhaps join him in just here after the bridge. Just there should do. So if we have multiple trains running the goods into Bridgwater, we've got plenty of places for them to park up while they're waiting to get on platform without interfering with the other lines that are on this station as well. Like that. That'll do quite nicely. Signal it all up. Yes, this will be one way. We want a clearing signal as well for any train waiting to depart. Then we'll just put a couple of blocks in along this way. So we've got, as I said, somewhere for any future trains to park and wait to get on platform without blocking up anybody else waiting for a different platform. And then a couple here just to protect the junction where the trains merge in together. That'll do quite nicely. And then off he goes that way. Now we can get that line set up we started. So you're... No. There we go. Stations to add. There we go. Add station. Yeah, there. To... there. Oh, this is all within Bridgwater, is it? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, you're only taking goods. You can wait an unlimited amount of time. That's no problem. And this is goods freight. And it's just Bridgwater, isn't it? It doesn't go to anywhere else, so that's all good. Just check he did use a correct line there. He should have done. Yes, he did. That's perfect. So now we can get a train for this line. Where's the depot? It's just there. Let's have a look. What do we want? It's down to the bottom. We have the SU, the A47. Maybe that one is more of a shunter service, isn't it, I think? And it is a lot cheaper. Let's try the A47. AE47, I should say. Not A4. Well, I don't know what I said, but whatever I said, it was wrong. Anyway, let's get some cargo wagons on here. Well, box cars, I believe, for goods. Yes, it is. It's quite a train, and he's still got very good speed, so we'll go with that. 216 capacity, 50 miles an hour. Good rating, 230 meters long, so he should be long enough for our platforms. What do we have here? The Type T1, which is a tram with the looks of it. So we'll have a look at that in a few moments and whether it's worth upgrading to that. Should we get 2 of them? Why not? We'll get 2. I did say we were all going to have 1, but I've changed my mind at the last minute. Go for 2. Can't see the line, but if we turn that this way, we should be able to see it now. Good straight to Bridgwater. Indeed we can. They can access the line, which is excellent. Here they come now. Let's just quickly name them up. This is Goods Bridgwater 01. There are 2 of them. It's quite a nice little train. Yeah, it's like a little shunting service train, which is essentially what that route is. It's not going that far. Where's the other train? Train 43. There you are. So your goods to Bridgwater 02. And once we've done this, we'll go ahead and check out that tram. We'll check it out in Coventry, which is just there, looking rather large these days. So let's pick on a tram service. There we go. You will do Metro 03. How do you do? So at the minute we're running the Moscow F, which does 22 miles an hour, carries 24. This does 37 miles an hour, so it's a big improvement and carries 1 less. I think for the extra speed, that's got to be worth it on all our metro lines. So let's go ahead and swap all the metros for this. You are a metro, aren't you? Yes, you're not, and you are. So all the metros. This is going to be quite expensive, I imagine, but I think we should be able to afford it. Is that all of them? We haven't got the buses selected. Nope, that's all fine. Swap them out. Type to... Oh, it's only 31 million. It's not too expensive. 102 vehicles. Do it. Get their maintenance cranked up. Now let's have a quick look at one of these, shall we? High Street. Ah, that's your next stop as well. And tram number 4, Metro Line 4. Oh, that's lovely. You do look a little bit... boxy. That's a better perspective, isn't it? It's a bit square on the front there. Our driver's looking quite smart in his shirt and tie and his little goatee beard there. You just look like Ian Hislop, for anybody who knows what Ian Hislop looks like. If you don't, he looks nothing like that. So yeah, forget about that. Moving on. So yeah, that's the goods setup to Bridgwater. So that's 50% of their cargo demands soon to be satisfied. How shall we get the fuel down? What's going to be the best way to do this? Are we just going to have to bite the bullet and go for another shipping line from up here? Could we squeeze in a cargo freight line somewhere? We have this freight line up here. Could we get to it cleanly and tidily? Not without sharing a bit of the passenger line, which I'm reluctant to do. Now, you do have a spare terminal here. I think we just go ahead and do it by ship. It's going to be the simplest solution. So let's just go ahead and do that. Where can you go? Where's nice and clean for you? Not there, because that's... Well, we only need 1 drop-off point here, don't we? We're only bringing 1 good down here by ship. Nothing else will ever come this way. So if we go to, say, there, that leaves a decent amount of the river open for the rest of the ships to pass by. And then we'll connect it into the road network that we just laid in a few moments ago. Try and get this nice and tidy and neat and straight, which is easier said than done, but that'll do, I think. God, that's absolutely awful. Can we just smooth it? Just don't look at it again, and we'll pretend it's okay. Anyway, let's get him up into... we could use this road that we built that went nowhere. That's how we're going to cross this without... Should we just go for a level crossing? I think we can at this point, because there's not going to be that much traffic down here, or the traffic's going to be fairly intermittent, isn't it? So I think we'll be okay with a level crossing, if I'm honest. How does that look? That looks okay. That, however, is bloody awful. Maybe I'll tunnel underneath. If I start... Oh, I can't go much lower, though, because of the river level. We'll try tunneling under. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see here. Please work. Please give me... Oh, there we go. It does work. Yes, and then keep it straight. In fact, you could probably start heading up quite easily without knocking onto the train line. There's the road, so we've come out in quite a decent place. Oh, that's because... what? Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do a throw and catch system. They just drop off the end and land on the other one. That'll work without any issues, I'm sure. Anyway, let's get him dropped in there. How does that look? It's got a little drop off there, but that's okay. He's going down into a tunnel anyway, so... And then... Why not just loop you all the way around and bring you in just ahead of the bridge there? Have a bit like of a loop system there. That should do. However, the issue now is the catchment area from here doesn't reach there. Could we do a simple... Can you get a tunnel in here? Possibly, but it's going to look silly. Oh dear. Right, okay, I'm going to do this because I need this to catch... Well, to be honest, because now that I've realised we're not actually going to have anything running on this road, are we? It's just as a connection. We may as well have the crossroads there. Looks okay. Too much slope. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's the slope on the other side. Yeah, okay. So can we do this without it looking too... No. That's frustrating. Do I have to smooth it off? But will that make any difference? I don't think it will, to be fair. Let's try that now. This is quite annoying. I get too much slope. Can we come off? That is gonna look ridiculous though, isn't it? That's the issue there. Ah, I know what I'll do. We'll go for it. And then I'll hide it with some assets. Go flat. Crossover. Oh, now you can't cross over. All this just connect to goddamn harbouring. What the heck? What if we... Oh, it's because it's the diamonds that we can't cross over the diamonds. Okay. Do we have a plan B? We could deliver it by road, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just have to do it that way, I think. Okay, so let's get a second road depot here. Truck station, I should say. There we go. That's annoyed me. It's not as efficient as I'd have liked it to be, but... Ah, well. That's very frustrating, but it is what it is, I suppose. It's my own fault. I ballsed it all up. Extend them out because the ship's going to be dropping off quite a lot at one time because they're high capacity. We don't want any to be wasted. Oh, we're auto-saving. There we go. I bet we can't even connect those two roads now, though, can we? I bet that's going to be a thing just for a laugh. Oh, we can. It looks absolutely abhorrent. Oh, I'm very frustrated in this episode. Very frustrated. Bridgwater bus tram station 1. No, your Bridgwater... What did we call it? Cargo transfer. It's got the same name as the other one, but that's okay. And that'll connect it. Yeah, Bridgwater. This is harbour. Cargo harbour. Freight harbour. Freight harbour, I think sounds better. Like so. We want a drop-off point for our fuel. Perhaps down here. It's a decent enough place. It's got good catchment, good coverage. We'll go with that. Let's set it up. So it's that one up to that one. You are orange, fully loaded with fuel only. You can wait until full. And this is Bridgwater fuel delivery. Bridgwater. There we go. Quickly get some trucks on there, get a ship on there, on the line, or get that line set up, and then I think that's a decent place to end this episode. It's been a very frustrating episode for me. I'm sure it's been just as annoying for you guys as well. But we're almost there. Almost there, lads. So don't panic. Let's get the harbour line set up. Where is Gillingham Harbour? There it is. Gillingham Refinery Port to Bridgwater, which is this one here, yes. Fully loaded. In fact, I don't... just load any. Load as much as you like. And you're orange because you're shipping fuel. Fuel shipping. Gillingham to Bridgwater. There we go. Go ahead and buy us a few ships for this. I think 4 should be enough. Large ships, you carry, yep, fuel, that's fine. In fact, I'm going to go 6. The idea being 3 outbound, 3 inbound. It'll not work like that, but hey ho, I tried. And there we go. That should now start seeing some fuel being populated for Bridgwater at the harbour in Gillingham. If they've got, oh yeah, they've got plenty. Let's see, nothing yet. I'm sure give it time and it'll realise itself. You are on terminal 3 to Bridge, which is this one here. Yes, that's that one there. So nothing. Oh, now we do. There's our first load of fuel, ready to go to Bridgwater. Obviously, our ship's going to take a while to get up here, so they got time to populate the harbour even further for the ships when they arrive. Our road vehicles are all in place. We have the goods delivery wagons waiting here. We have our fuel delivery trucks on the way as well. What else do we have? We should have a train, one of our new shunting electric trains on the way. That's a steel delivery train, that's not one of them. Have they not made it down this far yet? I guess not. They'd be coming this way, if I'm not mistaken. And they'll have the Are you one of them? No, you are a... Oh, yes, you are. There we go. Yes, our train is on the way. We'll hop on board just while we do the outro. There we go. Yes, it's quite a banana-looking train there. But anyway, yeah. Let's just get on with it. Come on. Yeah, it's been a frustrating episode there, trying to get that cargo exchange set up outside Bridgwater, mainly getting the harbour to connect to the existing truck station that we had. As you saw, couldn't do it, not nicely and cleanly anyway, so we had to go ahead and just stick in a second one, which was unfortunate, but hey, we got there in the end and it's going to do a job for us. It's just not as efficient or as tidy as I was hoping it would be, but never mind. There's one of our planes there just off in the distance heading to Coventry. Yes, it must be from where we are now. It must be going to Coventry. So yeah, don't know what we're going to head for in the next episode. It's going to be more cargo link up, I imagine. We'll decide what city to do at the start of the next episode, and we'll take it from there. And hopefully it won't be as frustrating as this one was. What else did we get done today? Oh yes, we upgraded our trams with the new Type 2 trams, which look a bit boxy, and also look like they've got Ian Hislop on board. I'm sure obviously that's not the case because it looks nothing like him, so just forget about that. Forget about it, man. Leave it. Let it go. Anyway, we're all done here, guys, so all that remains for me to say is, as always, take care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.